first video?
Yeah, what do you think of my first video?
I was just watching it while I was on the treadmill.
No way. The funny thing is, man, you went from just like watching video 1 to being in video number 2.
Watching the game.
That Netherlands-Argentina game is insane.
Who do you want to win?
Probably Argentina. All the colonizers have to go down, man. I'm sorry.
Behind the scenes.
Dude, it's 2-2. It's penalties.
He was waiting here, bro. He was waiting.
I was really watching when I was driving.
It's on the TV, so everybody just sitting there watching it. But, all right, I'm going out, bro.
I'll see you, man. What is going on, fam? Welcome to workout vlog number 2. Really hope you guys are having an awesome day today. If you guys are new here, welcome. My name is Andre. My goal is to help you guys get the knowledge and resources that you need to get the most out of your workouts, crush your fitness and your training goals, and become more confident in the gym and in life. If any of that sounds good to you, be sure to hit that subscribe button. And also, if you enjoyed this video, a like rating would be very much appreciated. This channel is new, so all that stuff, even though it's small, goes a long way in helping me grow. So we're at the gym today hitting a pull day. That was like by far the most requested video after the first one that we did together. So we're gonna do some back, some rear delts, some traps, and some biceps. This is gonna be my 5th workout in a row. I really don't like doing that many days in a row without taking a rest day in between. But I know I'm not coming in this weekend, so I kind of have to get all the workouts in before Friday. I just have a ton of work to do on my rental property this weekend. I have this rental property. It's a duplex, 2-family house, and I'm moving out one of the tenants so that I can move in because it's a lot more space, and I feel like at this point in my life I kind of want that. So Ohio law, where I live, requires me to give a tenant 30 days notice before I'm legally allowed to kick them out. But the tenants that I had in there were a young couple. They had like an 18-month-old baby, so I wasn't trying to put them out on the street, you know what I mean? So I told the tenant, you know, I'll give you 2 months so you guys can find a place that's suitable, so you're not like scrambling to find a place for your family, right? And the guy was like, yeah, cool, man, that sounds good to me. But then a week after that, he's like, hey, man, we actually found a place, so we're gonna be out next week. And I'm like, oh, well, you know, congratulations, man, good for you. Happy that you guys able to find a place so quickly. But like, if you need more time, like, it's totally fine. I'll give you all the time that you need. He's like, no, we'll be out by next week. So the guy moves out at the ending of November, and I go to check out the house, and the place is a fucking disaster, bro. Like, there are holes in the drywall, the trimming's all damaged. They left so much shit inside the house. We're talking like just boxes of junk, at least 9 boxes of Pampers, and thankfully was able to give us away to families that needed them. Furniture, I mean, just so much stuff, dude. And so now this weekend I gotta go get some guys in there to clear out all their shit. I've gotta repair the drywall, gotta get the house repainted from top to bottom. And then I'm gonna have my guys go in there and then do things like redo the kitchen, change some fixtures so that's, you know, ready to go for when I move in. And you know, it's stressful, it's kind of annoying, but that kind of comes with the territory of owning real estate. Like, if you want the tax benefits, the cash flow, the leverage that owning property in America gives you, you're gonna have to deal with the shithead tenant every now and then. But I'm just gonna take all that frustration and just put it into a pull workout. So let's go and let's hit it. Okay, so to warm up my back, what I'll do first is about 2 sets of pull-ups. We're not gonna go to failure, just to get some blood going into our lats and upper back. And then afterwards, I'll do a couple sets of TRX rows, just with my body weight. And then I go straight into our first exercise, which is gonna be a wide grip mag pull down. So let's get it, fam. So first exercise today is going to be the wide neutral grip lat pull down. This actually does a lot more work for your upper back than it does for your lats. I compete in men's physique, and one of the key areas to have developed is your upper back muscles, your rear delts, your traps, your upper lats. So I usually start with these because that's a big focal point of my training. We're going to do 1 to 2 warm-up sets to gauge where my strength is today. Then we'll do 3 working sets of 10 to 12. I mentioned that these work more of your upper back. There is a way to make this more lat focused. If you grab the handles here, sort of rotate your wrist in, not lean back too much, so stay kind of upright, and then pull straight down. You will be getting more lat activation if that way, but honestly, if I wanted to work my lats, I would just do a close grip lat pull down, an underhand lat pull down. So we're gonna make the focus of this one our upper back. All right, on to the first working set. I posted a video to my Instagram a couple months ago where if your gym doesn't have an attachment like this, there's a lot of ways you can do a neutral grip pull down without having a dedicated mag bar. So I'll leave the link to that down in the description of this video. But using a neutral grip versus a pronated or a supinated grip allows you to get a lot more strength through your lats. And some basic lat anatomy, the closer your arms are to your body, your lats have more leverage to perform their mechanical function, which is pull your arms down and back. So using the neutral grip with the mag bar slightly rotates your elbows inwards, which allows you to pull heavier than you would if you're doing an overhand or underhand grip. All right, set 2. Man, that was a good set. I've been taking a performance surge from Legion over the past, I think 2 to 3 weeks now. And it gets my body temperature up so quickly during my workouts now. Normally, it would take me at least 3 to 4 sets before I start to sweat and really feel my heart rate go up. Now it's like 2 exercises and I'm already there, man. So it's nice. Pump cover might come off sooner than normal today. Solid. I don't know if you guys might have seen, but whenever I start my sets, I always make it a point to retract my scapular backwards, just to brace my shoulder blades, so I'm going to get the full contraction through the range of motion of my lats when I'm performing this movement. I'll show you guys again real quick. We're going in, and I'm retracting my scapula back, and then pulling in. Just gives you better contraction in your lats when you perform the movement that way. The next we're doing a superset of reverse grip lat pull down, again to get more of our lower lats. And we're going to superset that with a close grip seated row, also for lower lats, but also hitting a lot of your middle back as well. Yeah, like I mentioned earlier, basic lat anatomy. The tighter your arms are to your body, the more your elbows are in front, the more leverage your lats have to go through the full contractile range of motion. So when you're doing a wide grip, especially a wide grip using a bar like this, because your elbows are out to your side and you're leaning back, the pull isn't directly vertical. It's partially horizontal or kind of like on a slope. So you're going to be engaging more of the muscle of your upper back, your traps, your upper lats, your rear delts, etc., your rhomboids, than you would be if you're doing a straight vertical pull, which this is going to be because of our elbow positioning. So I normally would do this with the close grip mag bar, but I watched C-Bum's like Olympia prep series, and he was doing these, so now I'm doing them too. Because naturally it means I'm just going to get a back like C-Bum, right, obviously. Going up the weight next set, because that was too light. All right, now on close grip seated rows, there's a lot of ways people do these wrong. Because our focus here is going to be on our lower lats, on our middle back. We don't want to be leaning back too much and engaging our upper back. I don't want to be engaging our lower back. And we don't want to be pulling the bar at an upward slope. That's going to engage our rhomboids, our traps, our upper back muscles. And the focus here is on lower lats and middle back. So we're going to grab the mag bar, get a good stretch in our lats, pull in. Notice how my torso isn't leaning back like this. It's going straight in while I'm leaning forward. Get a good stretch, and then pull into our lower abdomen. Damn. That superset just torches my lower lats, man. They are pumped like crazy right now. I do 2 pull days every week. They're more or less pretty similar, but each one has kind of a different focus. Like on my first pull day, I'll do a lot more upper back focus movements, or not a lot more, but I'll do 1 extra upper back movement to make the overall workout more upper back focus. And then on my second pull day, I'll do 1 additional lower lat exercise to make the workout slightly more lower lat focused. So today's gonna be the second pull day where we do a lower lat focus exercise, which we'll get to after this one.
What would you say is your strongest body part?
Strongest body part?
Yeah.
Man, that's a good question. Strongest, I would say, is probably my legs, but the thing is, I haven't worked out for strength in so long. Like when I first started training, I was, obviously most guys, we're very focused on pushing really high numbers, get our bench press up, get our deadlift up, get our squat up, but I learned pretty quickly that strength doesn't equal size, strength doesn't equal muscle, and my primary focus for going into the gym and training was to improve the way that I looked, and that required me to develop really well-shaped, well-developed muscle. And I was going to get that by chasing a higher bench press. I was going to get that by using weight to allow me to get a really good stretch and contraction in my chest. And so for the past 3 years probably, I've oriented my training almost exclusively towards hypertrophy, paying very little attention to optimizing the workouts for strength. I'm still getting stronger, obviously, but that's just not the priority or what I optimize my workouts for.
Juicy pump.
Just for a juicy pump, yeah, just for a juicy pump. With 3 O's. Yeah, on to set 2. Like I mentioned before, that first set was kind of light, so we upped the weight another 20 pounds. Try and get 10 solid reps of this. I've gone to the habit of stretching in between sets, and I remember when I had first started training and I discovered Hani Rambat's FSC7 training platform. One of the things that Hani always preached was stretching in between each of those sets to just stretch out the muscle fascia, force more blood into there. He was just very adamant about that, stretching in between the sets. His entire training platform is just really focused around the order of your workouts, and then of course those like 7 sets at the end of it to bring out weak points in your physique, which is different from how a lot of people tend to focus on their weak points. Like earlier this week, I did one of JPG's leg workouts, and he usually does his weak points first. I feel like quite a few people do that. So the leg workout started off with calves and hamstrings, because for most people, calves and hamstrings are weak points. And I did like that, but I've had experience doing it the opposite way, the way Hani does it, and I think that's worked really well for me. Oh, you do?
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna ask it now? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and ask it.
I know, like last YouTube video, you talked about how rest is important.
Yeah.
How do you justify that with the superset?
So, I usually superset specific movements or specific machines or exercises where I know that I'll get to a point where I can't perform any more reps at that weight cleanly, but because I want to reach like true failure with every set, then I'll superset it. So that's sort of philosophy for me. Like for example, in this gym, we have a matrix hack squat. It's not the best because it's very sticky, very grippy. So you can get to a point on the hack squat where you can't do any more reps on it. You're just done, but you still have something left in your quads. So I almost always superset that with something else. Superset that with a dumbbell front squat or leg extensions. And I don't have a rep target. I'm just going till I know that my quads are done. That's kind of my philosophy. The other part of how I do supersets is if it's 2 muscles where the first isn't necessarily being utilized in the first exercise, so 2 isolations, for example, a front raise and a side raise, I'll superset those to save time because I don't have to separate those into 2 movements because I know that when I work my side delt, my front delt isn't working. But to the question you asked, if you're doing too many reps in a given set, you start to have limiting factors around your central nervous system, around your respiratory system, around your mental focus. You just get bored, right? So if you're doing those kind of supersets, you have to keep the reps pretty moderate to ensure you're not having your CNS, your respiratory system, those are the things inhibit what you can do for actual muscles. Like, I don't do superset, but to take a supersetting, I'm very thoughtful about how I put them together. And through this YouTube series or YouTube videos, you realize how like thoughtful I am in like the workouts I choose, the order that I put the exercises in, how many reps I choose for each exercise. All of it's very well thought out. Now we're on to single arm high row or single arm lat pull down. I mean, people call this a lot of different things. I just call it high to low row. Focus here is on the lower lats. What I do with these, so I use these angle grips and just sort of wrap them around the bar just like this. So that when I pull, I can rotate my wrist and really squeeze into my lats versus like the awkwardness of having my wrists kind of fixed in place trying to get that contraction. These make it so much easier. And I'm going to lower this all the way down to the bottom, get as much of a stretch as possible, get as far away from this as possible, and then I'm going to kind of like lean over. So I've already mentioned this before, I'm going to mention it again. With your lats, you have the most leverage when you're pulling with your arms close to your body. See my elbow positioning? It's almost straight out in front of me. That's when your lats are the strongest, and we're going to work them through their full contractile range of motion. So on these, what I do, first I attach the handles to just give me a free-floating handle where I can rotate my wrist. I lean over to the side of the machine, make sure I get my feet planted so I'm stable, and pull down and across like that. Notice how close my arm is sticking to my body when I do this. Solid reps, and my lower lats are dead. Tough, man, tough. Do the physique. Dude, the lat pump is crazy. So 3 sets or 2 sets, 15 reps on the sit-down lat pull downs, making sure we're keeping our chest high and really squeezing through our lats with the range of motion. Solid. We're gonna have a solid counter too. Yeah, you guys are good. Don't ever feel like you have to avoid the camera. Like I'm not a dick about it. You guys are good. Yeah, we don't want. If you guys are uncomfortable, we'll get out of your way. So. Okay. All right, dude. You're totally fine. You're totally fine. It's all good. Jesus. Okay, that was it for that. Now we're on to rear delts, then some traps, and then some biceps to finish up. So now we're working rear delts. We're gonna do 2 sets of rear delt flies, and then do 2 sets of rear delt rows. Gonna grab 12.5 pound dumbbells. We're not doing these heavy. I posted a video explaining this a few weeks ago, but a mistake that people make on their rear delt flies is they'll put the dumbbells on in front of them like this, and then let's go straight out. And like doing them that way, you are going to engage your rear delts. You're not going to not work your rear delts at all. They will grow if you do that. But you're also going to be recruiting your rhomboids and your traps when you pull the dumbbells out straight to your side. If you really want to isolate the rear delts in this movement, put all the tension on the load on that muscle, you want to make sure you're lining up the resistance with the fiber orientation of your rear delts. And your rear delts, the fibers don't travel straight up and down. They're kind of diagonal, going back towards your traps. So to really line up the resistance with the fiber orientation, the way you want this fly to go is instead of straight out like that, you kind of want your arms to go behind your body. So together in front to get the stretch, and then straight back. Jesus. Dude, ever since I started doing my flies that way, the contraction I get in my rear delts has been like nothing else, man.
Lower? So I would always go low.
No. I mean, again, you'll still engage your rear delts either way. It's just that you're recruiting other muscles, so all the tensions are going on. It's not completely isolating it. That's the difference. Like, I always hate when there are these educational fitness creators who talk about like, it's either this way or the highway. If you don't do it this way, everything else you're doing is trash, is garbage. That's not true. Like I told you before, I only just started doing it this way maybe in the past year. So for most of my time training, I've done it this way. And clearly my rear delts have grown, right? But it's just that we're all learning, we're all growing. And once I learn things and I understand the science behind why they're better, I'll make the changes. And it's just getting the most possible out of your workouts, right? That's what we're all trying to do. We're spending time here. We want to make sure the time we're spending here is worth it. Now on to rear delt rows. So on these, you want to set the bench to like a pretty shallow incline, anywhere between 15 and 30 degrees. Position your body over it like this. Get a good stretch, grab it wide, keep your elbows out, and pull it into like the top part of the bench. Really squeezing your rear delts the whole way. So we're not contracting our back or our traps. We're trying to keep our scapular sort of static or fixed and just pull the weight up using our rear delts. I don't think I hit that last pose too well. That's it. Nice. Whew. Okay, that's it for that. Dude, that rear delt pump is insane. For these, what I'll do is I'll take them kind of light. And instead of just going straight up, I'll lean forward a little bit to get more of my mid-trap in there. And let's go straight back like that. When I started training, there used to be all these guys in the gym that would be grabbing like 100-pound dumbbells on trugs, and they'll be rolling them like that. You ever seen people do that?
I have, yeah.
It's like one of those old school things that no one ever questioned, and then when you start to look at the science, it's just not something you should be doing. Damn. That's probably number like 17.
I know, you said it. Usually I don't catch them, and then like, until you watch it next, that's when...
Man, I can't even if I wanted to, if I'm being honest with you, man. Because I'm aware of it, and I'm like, okay, 100%, I'm not saying damn at the end of the set. And the set's done, damn. Now we're on to biceps. So this is probably my all-time favorite movement for biceps, is heavy bicep curls. I remember when I started learning about exercise and getting into fitness, I used to follow this guy, Scott Herman Fitness, on YouTube. And I remember one of the first videos I watched, he was doing arms. and I saw this guy like curling 135. I'm like, oh my God, like if I can ever get to 135, like I would be a freaking god, you know? And then he would bench press 100-pound dumbbells, and I remember running to my mom like, Mom, look at this guy, he's benching 100-pound dumbbells. And like, obviously like most of us, the people that we know can do that now, but it's just like, it's crazy to think about the journey, man, like how far I came from where I was before to where I am now. Since I started lifting, it's 60 plus pounds of muscle, which is just crazy because I was so unbelievably skinny before I started lifting, and obviously like that was a big motivation to start because I was tired of being skinny. But just thinking about how excited that version of me would have been to see this version of me, like I would be that guy's hero. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. That's why you gotta just be thankful, you know, and appreciate the journey. Always keep working to improve and get better, but look back and appreciate how far you've come. It's important. All right, so in these we're gonna try and get 3 sets of 10 to 12 reps.
Yeah, I don't know, actually.
Nice. So you'll notice the form on that, I'm not swinging too much. As I get closer to the end, I'm doing some controlled cheating just to help get the weight up, which isn't necessarily bad once you're taking the negative nice and slow. But I just love that to start my biceps. I get a crazy pump afterwards. The focus of my bicep training these days is going to be mostly on widening my biceps. So I do a lot of short head focus exercises, things that for elbows out in front of your body, like preacher curls, hammer curls, stuff like that. But I still just love setting up biceps with this as like a compound for biceps, really hitting it hard, hitting it heavy, and then going into the focus areas afterwards in my workout. Yeah, like we probably should have started doing this sooner, but I don't know, man, like I never felt like I was going to be a YouTube guy, you know? Never thought I was cut out for it. Even the Instagram took me a while to get over that mental hurdle, if I'm being honest with you. One, I used to hate editing videos. It used to be so agonizing for me. I just told myself, like, I don't care how fast I grow or what happens. I'm just going to put out one video every day, just something. Get something out every day, just hold myself to that as a personal challenge.
I remember talking to you when you had 400 followers.
Yeah.
You're like, I just want to get everything out like once a day.
Once a day, yeah. Like no matter what it is, just got to put one thing out once a day, and then just kept growing and growing and growing. And throughout the whole process is making sure that I'm always making my page about my audience. Like it's not about me. And I think even to this day, I try and keep that consistent where I'm thinking about what I'm going to give to the people that have made the choice to follow me. Like I have to earn that follow every time I put out a piece of content, or every day that I get on the platform, because I'm not entitled to people supporting me, right? So I need to make sure that I'm always returning value to the people that follow me, and giving them a reason to keep following. Putting out things that people find educational and people find valuable, that's really the whole focus of my entire platform, and I'm going to keep it that way as long as I possibly can, because the reason why I started doing this is really just for, you know, the people out there that I can try and help with the knowledge that I have, help them transform their bodies, get further in their journeys. That's what this is all about, man. That's what this is all about. 135 on the curls. Ooh, damn. Drop set. I did really heavy weight in the first part of that set. I know I still have something left in my tank for my biceps, so like we talked about earlier, I'm gonna do a drop set now to get rid of everything I have left in the tank, really burn up my biceps, get a great pump going into my second exercise. Oh, that's good. So next up, we've got hammer curls, and these are 2 separate weights. There we go.
Oh, you got 2 separate?
Yeah, I grabbed a 37 and a 35. That's how you fix muscle imbalances. And make sure you're squeezing through at the top. You don't want to be partial repping it. Take it nice and slow and really focus on that contraction at the top. Okay, that was 12 reps. I think I'm gonna raise the weight up to 40s and try and feel at 8. Go for a bit of a lower rep range on these. Set 2, raise the weight, let's get it. those are my 2 sets. Last thing for biceps we're gonna do a movement. I think I made this, someone could correct me if I didn't, but to focus on my forearms and my short head, I'll do a reverse curl, but I'll combine that with the wrist curl at the top, just to get more forearm activation in the movement. So at this weight, I'm gonna try and get 8 to 10 reps, and just get 2 sets, work some forearms at the end of my workout. So let's get after it, guys. See, flicking that wrist. Oh man, my forearms are already killing me. Ooh, jeez. That, if you need a good forearm exercise, that's the one. That is the one. Look, just 1 set, my forearms are already pumped like crazy. Between this and behind the body wrist curls, those are by far my 2 favorite forearm movements, no doubt about it. Shout out Revolution, guys. At the handles. Those are the kind of things that make me feel like I'm an actual influencer. Like when I see people actually doing what I recommend that they do, that's when you know you're having an impact, you know what I mean? Especially in my own gym. Like if I can influence people here, I can't influence people anywhere. Whew. Man, my forearms are so pumped after that first set. Ooh. Jesus Christ. Oh man. And that is it for pull day, fam. Hope you guys enjoyed this. If you liked it, I would very much appreciate if you dropped a like, smash it for the YouTube algorithm. Again, this is a new page we're trying to grow. Every little bit of engagement helps. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see next or anything you thought about this video. And if you want to see more of my content, be sure to subscribe. And for now, I'll see you later, fam. Peace.